December 30th, 2025. Story 1. The U.S. killed 2 more people in a boat strike in the Pacific. 30 attacks since September. 107 dead. No evidence provided. Separately, the CIA conducted a drone strike on a port facility inside Venezuela last week, the first reported U.S. attack on Venezuelan soil. Trump confirmed it, saying they hit the implementation area where boats load drugs. It's no longer around. Takeaway. Striking inside Venezuela crosses a threshold. The previous strikes were in international waters. This is direct attack on a sovereign nation's territory without declared war. That's the escalation to track. Story 2. Trump hosted Netanyahu at Mar-a-Lago, his 5th visit since Trump retook office. Trump said he'd knock the hell out of Iran if it rebuilds nuclear capacity. He threatened Hamas with hell to pay if they don't disarm, with Jared Kushner in charge, making no mention of Israel's ceasefire violations. Trump claimed Israeli President Herzog promised Netanyahu a pardon for his bribery and fraud charges. Herzog's office denied it. Netanyahu announced Trump will be the first non-Israeli to receive the Israel Prize. Trump was caught on a hot mic complaining he'd been denied a Nobel Peace Prize. Takeaway. The pardon claim being immediately denied creates a public record of either miscommunication or fabrication. The hot mic complaint reveals what motivates. Both are data. Story 3. Hamas confirmed the deaths of spokesman Abu Obaida and Mohammed Sinwar, Yahya Sinwar's brother, killed earlier this year. A new masked spokesman said Hamas won't give up weapons while occupation continues but remains committed to the ceasefire. Since October 10th, Israel has killed 414 Palestinians and wounded over 2,000. Takeaway. Hamas confirming deaths signals internal transition is complete enough to acknowledge losses. The weapons statement tells you their red line for Phase 2 negotiations. Story 4. Somalia condemned Israel's recognition of Somaliland as a grave threat to international peace, warning it may serve as pretext for forced Palestinian relocation to northwestern Somalia. The Arab League rejected any measures facilitating displacement or military bases. Protests spread across Somalia calling for national unity. Takeaway. When the Arab League specifically names forced displacement as a concern, that's intelligence about discussions happening somewhere. The Somaliland recognition may be about more than diplomatic positioning. Story 5. Protests erupted across Iran over the collapsing currency, down 60% since the June war with Israel. Merchants near Tehran's Grand Bazaar closed shops and joined demonstrations. Protesters chanted Azadi, freedom. Security forces fired tear gas. The central bank had resigned. Takeaway. Currency collapse plus bazaar closures as economic pressure reaching the merchant class, historically a destabilizing combination in Iran. The resignation signals internal fracture. Story 6. Putin ordered his army to take full control of Zaporizhia. Forces are less than 10 miles from the regional capital. The Kremlin accused Ukraine of droning Putin's residents. Zelensky called it fabrication to justify more attacks. Kyiv residents remain skeptical peace talks will end the war. One said only real strength stops Putin, not talks. Takeaway. The 10-mile distance is the operational number. Zaporizhia falling would be a major shift. The fabrication accusation pattern, true or not, typically precedes escalation. Story 7. China launched large-scale military drills around Taiwan for a second day. 130 aircraft and 22 vessels detected, the highest single-day count in a year. Beijing called it a stern warning after the U.S. sent an $11 billion arms package to Taiwan. Takeaway. Record single-day numbers mean the response is calibrated to the provocation. The arms package triggered the drill. This action-reaction cycle is the pattern to watch. Story 8. Kosovo's Albanian Nationalist Party won a landslide in snap elections, breaking a 9-month deadlock after inconclusive February elections left the country without a functioning government. Takeaway. Deadlocks can break. 9 months of paralysis ended in one election. Story 9. U.S. corporate bankruptcies hit levels not seen since 2010. 717 companies through November, up 14%. A Guardian poll found nearly half of Americans say their financial security is worsening. 57% believe the economy is in recession. Trump called Fed Chair Powell a fool and said he'd love to fire him. Takeaway. Bankruptcy rates and consumer sentiment are leading indicators. When both point the same direction while official narratives point elsewhere, trust the indicators. The threat to fire Powell signals potential Fed independence challenges ahead. Story 10. A federal judge dismissed charges against a TikTok streamer shot by ICE agents in Los Angeles. Agents claimed he rammed their vehicles with his car. Body cam footage showed he didn't move. The footage shows an agent smashing his window, pointing a gun, threatening to shoot, then firing and hitting him in the elbow. A deputy marshal was struck by the ricochet. The judge ruled his rights were violated when he was moved 90 miles to an ICE facility after being released on bond. Takeaway. Body cam footage contradicting official accounts led to dismissal. The footage existing and being released is why the outcome was possible. Documentation matters, and so does the footage surviving. Story 11. Starting Wednesday, the administration will use a COVID-era public health regulation to deny asylum claims at ports of entry based on communicable disease concerns. This adds to the broad asylum ban from day one, despite U.S. obligations under international law. Takeaway: if you work with asylum seekers or know anyone attempting to claim asylum, Wednesday changes the legal landscape. The public health framing creates a new denial mechanism separate from existing restrictions. Story 12. Bangladesh declared 3 days of mourning for Khalida Zia, the nation's first female prime minister, who died at 80. She served 3 terms and led the Bangladesh Nationalist Party. Interim leader Muhammad Yunus said the nation was repeatedly freed from undemocratic conditions through her leadership. Takeaway: her death during an already unstable transition period, following Hasina's ouster and Hadi's assassination, adds another variable to Bangladesh's trajectory. That's December 30th.